Hey ladies, welcome to Wednesday workout. So today we're going to do a cardio and core circuit. All you're going to need is a mat, some kind of dowel. So I'm actually going to be using this lovely fan rake. Try to get something that doesn't weigh very much, so don't use like a metal shovel, but other than that, just trying to get something long. And then we're also going to use a step. So that's it. We're just going to run through 3 separate circuits, 2 for cardio and then 1 for core at the end. I'll run you through a warm-up and then I'll show you each of the exercises and you can kind of just go at your own pace. You're looking for hopefully getting around 3 of each circuit completed. So we're just going to start with a warm-up. So nice and easy, starting with a march, swinging the arms, getting those knees up nice and high. I'm sorry if it looks like I'm mean mugging you, it's because I can't see anything because the sun's so bright, but it's beautiful out, so I wanted to be outside. And we're going to turn it into a little bit more of a twist. So firing up that core. And we'll turn it into the heel sweep, so just toe pointing up, heel down, sweeping the hands alongside the foot. Just a quick little warm up here. And we're gonna go to a squat and back banana, I call it. So you're gonna squat down, feet quite wide apart, hands between the heels, and then coming up, breathing out, leaning back. Down, squatting, leaning back. Try not to just tip over, get that bum nice and low. And we'll do one more of these. And coming back into a run this time. It's still quite windy out. Oh boy, I'm gonna be eating my hair the whole time, I think. And we'll go into a bit of a bounce. So if you're not liking jumping, just going onto the tippy toe. If jumping's alright, you're actually physically taking your foot off the ground, exploding up. And we're gonna do, so this is actually kind of the running A's, B's, and C's we're gonna go through next. So next, you're gonna go knee up and then swinging down. So this is B, I'll show you this way. And from the front, just whipping down. And lastly, we're just kicking the bum. Get the heels as close as you can. Alright. You can just go into a little bit of a jog. I'll just explain the first circuit to you. So we're just going to have 5 exercises. The first one you're going to do for 40 seconds. Second one 30. Third 20. Fourth 30. And fifth 40. So it's kind of a reverse pyramid. You're working your way to a shorter and then back to a longer one. So for the first one, we're doing 40 seconds. And what we're going to do is you're going to use your step, and you're just going to do up, down. 40 seconds of this. Next time you go through, make sure you're taking off with the different foot. We usually have a dominant leg that always wants to lead. Make sure that other one is having to do its work as well on the second time around. If you do 4 times through, good, then they can be even. For the first 30 seconds, we are going to do just a simple mountain climber, trying to go really fast so it's almost like you are running. So you're down, hands on the stepper, and quickly bouncing the feet off the ground. If that's not working for you, you can come up and just kind of drive the knee up as quickly as you can. The third one, so the one for 20 seconds, is going to be a double to a single hop. So same thing here on here. You're starting with both feet, coming up to a hop, back down, coming up to the other foot. Just going back and forth between those, trying to go as quickly as you can. Another thing with the stepper, try to get the whole foot on the step if you have space for it. It's not really good to be bouncing on the balls on the end of the stepper. Okay, so that was our 20-second one. For the 30-second one back down, we're going to go, what do I call them, like snow angels sometimes, I don't know. You're going to start out in that plank again, and you're hopping in and out as quickly as possible. If that's not working for you, step out, step in. Or some of these, whatever works for you. And then for the 40, we're just going to do just like a toe touch. Again, using that stepper, you're just going to touch as fast as you can. It's almost like a dance. Hey, for the last 40 seconds. So you're going to go through that, take a break. Try to keep the breaks as short as you can, and then start all over again. Obviously, no break in between. You're going straight through in a row for those 5 exercises. And that is the first circuit. All right, for second set. So this time, instead of having that kind of reverse pyramid, we're just going down the hill. So we're gonna have a 40-second exercise, a 30-second exercise, and then a 20-second exercise. So for the 40-second, we're going to use our dowel. If you have an actual dowel, that would be great too. I just don't, so I'm using this. And you can tell how hard we rake because it's totally curved, but that's totally beside the point. Okay, what we're going to do is an overhead squat. So most people find this movement quite difficult at the beginning, and that is why we're doing it. So nice and slow. This is not cardio, actually. This is more just trying to get the movement. So hands are going nice and wide overhead. You are trying to keep it overhead the entire time and not let the dowel go forward. Knees, toes pointing straight ahead. Knees are always tracking over the toes. You're going to squat down nice and deep, keeping the arms up, keeping the elbows straight. So the most common things are that the dowel wants to go forward, that people start to bend their arms, or they do some funky thing where they're totally arching the back and coming down. So nice and strong, bum down, chest up, arms stay straight. 40 seconds of this. If this is way too much for you, just you don't have the range of motion, you can also try with the dowel to do a front squat. So either like this, crossing over the arms, trying to get the elbows up nice and high, or starting with the dowel here, palms in what's called a prone position, and then lifting them up and going down like this. What you can also do is forget about the dowel, arms up, and just squatting down like that, keeping the arms up. So that's our first 40-second exercise. The 30-second is going to be a jumping jack and then a touch. So you're going to go out, back, out, touch the ground, then back up, out. This is hard to do slow. Okay, hold on. And then down, out, and then down, out, and then down. If that's not working for you, just take it into those slow out, in, out, down. Oh, this is tough to do slow. I totally screwed it up. Anyway, yeah, that's it for 30 seconds. And then 20 seconds, this one is quite difficult, I find. You're going to do 180 squat jumps. So, squatting down, touching the ground, spinning over, squatting down, touching the other side. Going back and forth. Again, get that bum down, chest lifted. Try not to let yourself cheat. You're trying not to land like this. You're trying to go full 180 twist. If that's not working for you, you're going to have a pivot leg. You're gonna touch, spin, touch. Spin back the other way, touch. And again, next time you go through, change that pivot leg. So just 3 exercises going back to back to back. Take a break in between, and then do it again 3 or 4 times for that one. And that is our second circuit. All right, so third circuit is just a core circuit. We are going to set it up the same way the first one was set up. So we're doing 5 different exercises. First one is 40 seconds, second one is 30, then 20, then 30, then 40 again. So we're going to start with a plank into a 1-arm plank, just kind of plank openers. So we're gonna start on the knees or the toes. If you're starting from the knees, you probably won't need any implement with you. I have my rake here. So I'm going to go from the toes, and then I'm gonna grab on to the rake, open up, swing high, back down, switch over to the other side. Now, you do not need to move your feet. The feet can stay where you are, and you can just work on that opener, back, opener, back. Just try to not let the hips dip if you're doing that. So that's the first one. Second one, so that one was 40 seconds. 30 seconds is going to be a kayaker. So I'm just gonna swing around, sitting down. You're going to lean back until you have to engage your core, and then you're going to just paddle along. Now, if this is too easy, you're lifting up the legs. If it's still too easy, legs are extended. Sorry, I kind of blocked you with my feet. So 30 seconds, whatever style you need, just make sure that you're leaning back far enough, because if you're sitting up, you're going to be able to do it all day. You really need to engage that core first before you start. For the 20-second one, you're just going to put your dowel to the side. You're going to put your hands kind of back behind the bum. You're leaning back, drawing in that belly, and then you're just going to work on leg lifts. So, for it to be a little less challenging, you're keeping the knees bent, lifting up. A little bit more challenging, you're extending the legs and just bringing them up. Doesn't have to come very far off the ground, just making sure you're really engaging the core to bring those legs up. So it's not leg lifts using the legs, it's leg lifts using the core. Make sure that that core is nice and tight. So that's our 20-second one. We're going back to a 30-second exercise next, and we're going to do a bear crawl with a leg lift. So I might actually have to show you this from this side. So this one, you're going to hover the knees just off the ground, and then all you're going to do is lift up the foot. So it doesn't have to be far. What we're really looking for is no hip shift in order to do that. So nice and strong through the core, just lifting up the legs. If this feels too easy, you can extend all the way and still no change in the hips. And then you should feel it a lot more as the leg extends out behind you. So that's our 30-second one. And then our final 40-second one is just going to be plank up downs, either from the knees or the toes. So starting out, legs behind, either from knees or toes, then going up to a high plank, back down to a low plank. Trying to switch up which arm is leading every time, and you're just doing that for 40 seconds. If you're getting really tired and you've started with the toes, go down to the knees and keep going, rather than stopping completely or going down. Same thing, if you're on the knees and you're done, try to just hold a plank rather than doing the up downs. Just stay in the plank for the 40 seconds. Alright, so that's the end of our core circuit. So now we're just going to get into a little bit of stretching to finish off. And again, feel free to run through that as many times as you want. I would recommend at least 3 for all of the circuits. We're going to start by stretching out the hip flexors. So you can just begin to lean back on the knees, and you should start to feel a stretch in here. If this isn't working for you, feel free to come up onto the knees and push the hips forward, looking up. If just going on the knees isn't working for you at all, you can come up into a high lunge, bending the knee a bit. Try to push the heel down and then push the hips forward. Really important to push the hips forward, or else you're not going to feel it. Stretching out in the hip flexor, and then to make it a little bit deeper, you can raise that arm for the same as the back leg, and then kind of go diagonally backward, and that should really deepen the stretch in that hip flexor. So whichever way you're going to do, if you're up into the lunge, you can switch sides now. For the people that are down on the knees, if it feels okay for the knees, you can also drop the feet out slightly to the side and sit the bum between the knees. I wouldn't recommend that if you have any knee injuries or knee pain or even hip injuries. But yeah, whatever works for you. And you can make your way back up to sitting. If you were lunging, you can sit down. We're just going to swing the feet over and start with the feet in front of us, just pointing the toes back at ourselves, sitting up nice and straight. And then keeping the straight posture, you're just going to start to bend forward, keeping the toes pulled back. So you shouldn't be able to go that far forward before you feel quite a deep stretch in the lower leg, or maybe the upper leg, depending on where you're tight. Even the back sometimes for people. And you can relax the feet and go a little bit further. I don't know what that bell is. I don't know if you can hear it, but whatever. Usually there's dogs barking too, but we've been kind of spoiled for the last little bit. There hasn't been a dog barking, so. Alright, next we're going to go into a butterfly, so just bringing the heels close into the body, sitting up nice and straight. Try to push the elbows down on the legs just to get those knees out as far as you can, especially if you're one of those people that has especially if there's a lot going on right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but especially if your knees want to fly away, you're really trying to push the knees down. Oh, I get it now. It's 7. I had no idea what time it was. I didn't think it was 7 o'clock yet. I haven't even eaten supper yet. Okay, so we're going to keep our left leg where it is. We're going to take the right leg, put it on the outside of the left leg, take that left elbow on the outside of the right knee, right hand behind you, and twist. I feel kind of dumb now. I thought it was a little kid. And we'll just do a couple more stretches after we're done this one. And walk that right leg back out to the butterfly. Bring that left foot over top on the outside of the right knee. Left hand behind you. Right elbow on the outside of left knee. And twist. There, and we're just going to go into a reclined pigeon or a figure 4 next. I'm just going to spin this. So lying on your back. We're going to bring our right leg up, rest the right ankle just above, nope, this is my left leg. Did I say right leg? I don't know. Okay, right leg up. You're going to rest it just above the left knee. Bring that left knee leg up. You're either going to grab behind the hamstring or behind the shin if you need a little bit more of a stretch, whatever works for you. And actively try to push that right knee back as you pull the left leg toward yourself. And relax. And we'll switch it up now. So left ankle just above the right knee. Grabbing behind the hamstring or the shin. Push the left knee back as you pull the right leg toward yourself. And next, we're just going to do a little bit of a different torso twist. So just arms out. You're going to lift up that right leg, swing it way over, lay it down on the ground, keeping that left shoulder on the ground. So even if you have to float the leg just above the ground, that's perfectly fine too. And then looking over your right shoulder. And looking up, bringing that leg all the way up. And bring it down beside the other one. Then we're going to bring up the left leg and drop it over to the right side, keeping that left shoulder on the ground. So if you need to stay a little bit off the ground, that's totally fine. And then looking over the left shoulder. And if one side is more tight than the other side, that's perfectly normal. Not necessarily good, but perfectly normal. And you can look up at the ceiling, bring that leg back up to neutral, and bring it down to meet the other leg, and come on up to a seated position. Alright, so that concludes our cardio core circuit for today. Please let me know if you liked the video, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them behind. Thank you. Hope you have a great day. See you later.